Hey, Darren Campbell with Confident Home Solutions, licensed general contractor, builder, remodeler in North Carolina. Got Harley over here. Well, we're heading back into the window job, and of course it's raining again. But one thing I wasn't able to say in that previous video is that one of the windows has decay, rot. So we'll show you a little bit of that in this window, but we've had to reframe it. The studs alongside of it, and we had to go down and sister up a joist. Yeah, so that's not too exciting. But you know, that's part of doing this. So when I went over into construction, I knew some, but I didn't know a lot. So I figured, well, I needed to go to college, and so I proceeded to go to, since universities really don't teach anything construction related, except for engineering and those programs. Sure, they do the end of business management class, but construction management, but they really don't do that much concerning the theory and actually how to do construction. So I ended up going to community college. Yeah, I got mixed feelings about it. If you're purely going into construction management, yeah. But you really need to be an apprentice with someone. So there's just so much missing there. If you're young, really young, you could go for it. But probably if you're 18, you actually need to get into with a construction company and have them get in as an apprenticeship. You're actually going to learn the business. Now, possibly the person that you're, if you're wanting to be self-employed, they may kind of hold things, tight in and maybe not show you how to bid things. Community college may help you a little bit more there. I learned a couple things. It's about the only time I actually enjoyed going to school. I hated grade school. Hated it. Ugh. I actually enjoyed the community college. One thing I will say concerning our professors, most of them, I shouldn't say most, all of them had been in the field and had done this for, one of them was basically at retirement, one was pretty close to retirement in the construction field. One of them had carpal tunnel in his hand and he was tired of breathing sawdust, but he was getting up in years too. So yeah, either way, where I'm going with that is we had a well-rounded group of guys as far as the professors. So basically if you were actually doing this line of work already, it was pretty cool because you could actually bounce questions off them and ask them things. And I was already starting to enjoy, the business side of it, to where that's maybe you weren't in the business class portion of it, but they were more than happy to talk about that. We went down in there, replaced a couple joists down in there, and he's gonna add a stud over here. Already put them on, so let's get at it. So one thing they'll tell you right up front is how hard this line of work is. So that is one good thing about doing that, is the professors are going to beat you down, basically bring you into the real world and say, hey, you're gonna have to hustle and move to actually make a living at this. So right during one of our classes, one of our professors actually had an ongoing remodeling job that he had just started, and fairly large job. So what was so great about that is he ended up having to go to court with the woman right while we were in that semester. So of course, you know, he was pretty hostile about it, and I'll give you the sum. He quoted the job, entered in, did the demo, his company did, and they went, I don't know how far they'd gotten into it, and for whatever reason the woman had found another contractor that said that they would do it for X amount of money, and so she fired him and had this other contractor come in and finish the job. She wasn't unhappy at all with Steve's job. If I remember right, his name was Steve.
But
Doesn't? Too tight? Oh, yeah, he says it doesn't fit. Oh, perfect. Steve was mad. I mean, I remember him coming in and he could barely teach those classes for a few weeks. But you know, he proceeded to tell us, he's like, you know, it's easy for someone to come in after all the materials are ordered, after everything's been drawn up, and say they will do the job for X amount of dollars. Whereas he had already, all the cabinets were ordered, were sitting there at the job, he'd already delivered them. I sympathize with them. So yeah, so that's a pretty good benefit right there, is if you can get into a school that the professors actually have done this line of work. So out of all the people that I went to school with, I would say that probably only 3 or 4 of them probably made it in this line of work. So, you know, probably if you skipped a lot of the classes and you took estimating, you know, your the print reading one, yeah, if you're, I'll be honest, it's good to know. But the thing is, if you get underneath an apprentice, they'll let you see how to do it, and they'll start showing you how to read it. So they'll take care of that side of it. So the estimating, there will be, I mean, there's a lot of math, and I mean, so it'll challenge you, because you'll be looking over different prints and your takeoffs, everything. So that definitely is a good class to have. Shoot, I could take another one right now.